Why can't we just say anything
Say anything.
with Kina B?
People just say anything.
Good. How was your day?
Man, my day was good. Man, went to church. Cause I travel out to Palaca to go to church and from Jacksonville and got that together, played the drums, enjoyed the service. Then I
You're a
drove back.
musician. I
Yeah,
did not know that. Okay.
yep. I'm a drummer. I've been drumming since I was a kid. Went all the way through school with it for the most part. I mean, up until college. Up until college, the marching 100 was a little wild during my time, so I had to get up out of that thing and just focus on school.
Okay. I think I remember you and Adam talking about that then. Okay. So
Yep,
you
yep.
also went to FAMU.
I went to
Okay.
fam, man, for sure. It was a good time.
Good.
I
Okay.
feel
Well, this is
older.
all about you. This,
Oh yes,
this is all about you. I'll get, it's conversational and everything, but it's for you
yeah,
to really shine, you know. Welcome to Say
yes.
Anything with Kina B. I am Kina B. Thank you so much for joining me. And today we have a comedian extraordinaire, Terron Bartley.
Thanks for
Woo!
having me. I appreciate it.
Awesome. So in discussing what we were going to talk about, we just said we want to know all about Terron. And so
That's right.
something. If you had to sum up your comedy in one word, what would it be?
Dang. Ooh, dang. I had two words for it, but it was right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a little raw right now. I'm in a
Mm,
I'm in a raw area of my comedy life. Like
why
it's
is that?
it's 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 too pristine, and it's a little bit more close to the chest. Like number one, I'm talking about myself and how I feel and what's happening in the world. So when you going out to comedy clubs and I got my white counterparts, they're telling their side of the story, and I'm like, hold on, that don't sound right to me. So I got to tell my side of the story from my perspective as a black man. So
Okay.
that's another part of the raw experience, as well as you know, just being kind of ignorant, but ignorant in a good way on stage. That way, everybody can get a taste of what I got going on. I call it I'm a sanctified heathen on stage.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
feel
it.
like a deacon
Okay.
that cuss them.
A cousin deacon.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay. So it doesn't make you feel really vulnerable to be talking about yourself versus
Yeah. I mean, it feels great when I'm talking about it amongst strangers. I'm like, these people don't know me. Shoot, this is great. Now, if it's somebody in the audience that know me well, like I ain't gonna lie, one time I think I had an ex girlfriend come out to support me, and I was just like, oh snap, maybe I don't do that one joke today. But I was like, I'm gonna do it anyway, have a good
okay.
time.
And
But she,
what was the reception? Did they feel away?
oh, she really enjoyed it. She was like, I don't care, you can talk about me, it's cool. I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna put too much business out there. Shoot.
Okay, so that brings me okay, so when you do talk about family members or exes, have you ever had backlash from that?
Not yet. Pretty sure I probably would. A lot of the stuff is facts though. It's like, hey, man, this person did pass away like that. I mean,
Mhm.
uh, I did go to a funeral and the casket was leaking. That was a real thing. Yeah, yeah. I was scared. I thought somebody was in there melting because they was in hell real quick. I didn't know it was an AC unit dripping down on the casket. I was like, oh man, this church needs some help.
That's
So yeah, so yeah. I
that's
always try to bring truthful matters out to everything.
okay. Okay. When did you realize that comedy wasn't just something you were good at, but something that you wanted to pursue?
Ooh, I think it started out I saw a friend doing some stand up, and I was like, oh snap, my homeboy doing stand up or whatever. I was like, ooh, and then he had an open mic, and my ex was like, you need to go down there and try it out, and I was like, not really. So I decided to go. Had a good time. I did a set. I did my set with the hopes of somebody booing me. I was like,
Oh,
somebody gonna boo
really?
me. Yeah, I just knew somebody was gonna boo me. But instead of boos, I got laughs and chuckles. And I was like, oh, okay. And then they let me go longer than where I was supposed to go because I was looking for the light. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do a 10-minute set. Okay, all right, cool. So, but then that was 2021. But then the pandemic happened, and I wasn't able to really practice it on stage. So I had a whole 2 years where I was just writing and not being able to work stuff out. So,
But
but yeah,
that
that's
could be
one.
both
And
good
then
and
number
bad, right?
two,
That could be both good and bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it would have been nice to have those 2 years to work comedy out versus the 2 years after where I was trying to figure it out.
Mm.
Um, I would have been a little bit further along because what knowing what I know now, I would have sharpened my tools more than I would just be trying to make a new tool every time. Because I used to make a new set every time I hit the stage.
Oh, okay.
Every time I hit the stage, it was a new set. It was new jokes
Okay.
consistently. I didn't really go back and do any old jokes. Now I know that, oh, I need to do old jokes because I have to refine these old jokes to tell for when you have showcases. So when you have these showcases, you put the best of the best out, and you're good, and the ones you're working on, and then having something and leaving 20% of my set to find out what's happening in the room, what's happening around me, what's happening in this time period that we need to talk about, and put that up as well.
Okay. So did you ever think about doing or do you perform online like YouTube or any social media other that TikTok so that like those other comedians did during COVID, they kind of harnessed
Nah,
social media.
during COVID, I was just watching stand up. I didn't do any of that stuff.
Hmm.
Because I didn't consider myself a stand up comedian at that time. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna just try it out. I was in the try it out period.
Hmm.
Uh, no taste and see that the Lord is good yet. It was just like, it tastes all right. But I didn't, and even when my first year doing comedy or whatever, I didn't really tell nobody because people like you need, hey man, I don't, because I had people around me like, man, I don't nobody around me ain't about the money, and I was like, I can't worry about money if I ain't good at it yet. Let me
Hmm.
get good at it first. So
Okay.
that was my thing. Let me
Talk
get
about
good
that. Talk
first
about
before
that
I think
growth
about some money.
talk about the growth from when you started until now. Like, how has your voice changed? Your comedic.
Oh man, um, I back then I could watch a tape of me performing and I could listen, I can hear myself reading in my head.
Mm.
So back in that time period, if I wrote a joke, I wanted to say it exactly how I wrote it. So I'm over here rehearsing in the mirror. I'm like, oh, I gotta get this right. So if I fluffed a word up or whatever, I was mad. Rather than being in the moment. Now I'm more so in the moment. Whatever I say that gets a reaction, I'm like, okay, let me stay right here then, since they're responding to that. Because the most important thing at that point, at this point now, the most important thing is a relationship with the audience.
Mm-hmm.
At that point in time, I was more so worried about the relationship I had with the material more than the audience. So that's what my problem was back then. And also trying to impress my other comedian friends. I mean, I still, you still want to impress your other comedian friends now too.
Right.
But I'm like, you know what? I got this for the audience, but I got these for the comedians. Because the comedians ain't really gonna give you a whole bunch of hearty laughs. They're gonna give you, they
Mm-hmm.
might give you that, or they might give you notes. But yeah, so it's a big difference between that time period, and it makes me cringe to watch the old stand up that I used to do because I'm like, ew, what was I doing? And in that earlier time point, I was more physical on stage. Like I
Okay.
was falling on the floor, I was dancing a lot, I was moving around crazy, I was pacing back and forth, and I was doing a lot of act outs. It was to the point one day they're like, "You gonna be tired of doing all that. You gonna hurt yourself. Why you doing that? You don't need to be doing all that." They're like, "Hush, you just mad because you can't do
Hmm.
it."
Yeah, some
One
people do
time
like that
I hit
physical
myself.
comedy.
Say that again.
I said some people do like that physical comedy.
hmm
Hmm.
I did it a lot back then because I was like, hey, I was just experimenting. Now I'm more so in one spot now. I'm just focused on the jokes. Let me make these jokes as strong as I can. And then once I kind of perfect what I'm doing now, I'll get back into doing more physical stuff to add to the stuff that I'm doing now. Because the goal is to get this Swiss Army knife to have all the tools got to be hitting on all cylinders.
Hmm.
Because I don't want it too early. Some people want
Hmm.
money too early. I don't want it too early. Let me work at it first.
Hmm.
I had a director one time. He was like, "Hey, Terron, let me direct your first special. Let's get it done." I was like, "Hey, wait, I ain't ready yet. I
Hmm.
gotta let
Hmm.
jokes cook a little bit more. Every joke need to feel like something special for it to
Hmm.
make it a special, not just it's a comedy hour. No, I need It took Eddie Murphy 6 years to do his first special,
Hmm.
and that first special was a combination of everything that he had worked out. So
Hmm.
that's what you see. So when people are like, "Oh, that was the best stand-up special," like it was, you understand why? It was because it was 6 years of him working it out.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know.
I can understand that. So, what's something people assume about being a comedian that's completely wrong?
Ooh, that is easy. Man, I'm funny too. Shoot,
Funny in my
especially
head.
black. Yeah, especially black people. Hey, I'm funny too. I'm like, all right, man, go ahead. But seriously, like, there's a difference in. It was a comedian here in Jacksonville. His name's Mr. A Train. He said there's a difference between stage, like being funny on stage, and back of the bus funny. And I was like, ooh, back of the bus funny. That's interesting. Now, back of the bus funny is a person that's very sporadic. They got the room in the palm of their hand. They know exactly who this person is. They can tell a joke no matter what it is. Everybody laughing because they know this person specifically, and they got time on their side.
Hmm.
When you hit the stage, you have a thing called time restriction. You have a certain amount of time to make people funny. Number
Hmm.
one. Number two, um, you might have to have certain different different jokes or whatever. You might not be able to tell one joke all the way through for people just be laughing all the time at one thing you saying or whatever. And also you ain't got no breaks. It's just you. It's not your homeboy badgering in and coming in and they getting their little hit off too, and this person get their hit off too, and then you coming back around with the biggest hit. No, all the hits is coming from you. So there is a difference between a person in the world is, and really it's true what they said. They asked Dick Gregory and Paul Mooney a question. It was like, hey, so who's the funniest comedian that you ever seen? He was like, to be honest with you, the funniest person that you've ever seen wasn't a comedian. It was a person that you knew up the block. It might have been your uncle, the little drunk auntie or whatever. All these people that you know are the funniest people ever to you. But those people aren't comedians, but it's our job as comedians to bring what they have to the stage. I call it lightning in a bottle. It
Hmm.
might be a joke that you told outside and it hit crazy, but you gotta write it down before you forget it. You better write that sentence down because you get home, you like, dang, what did I say? I said, dang it, what did I say? Ah, so it's lightning in a bottle. So most times I'm not the comedian to be like that sits down and be like, okay, I need to dedicate an hour to write today. No, it don't work like that. I might have a joke that I wrote while I was driving or while I'm working at the job, and I just write it down and I'll come back to those ideas later. Jokes take time to develop. They might take a month, they might take a week, they may take a day, an hour, a minute. Some jokes may take a whole year for somebody to figure it out.
Hmm.
So just gotta keep it written down and keep on working at it. So it's just a whole craft because there's a lot of things that you got to take in consideration when you're building the machine. Because a joke has different elements. It has a setup, it has a punchline, and then after that punchline works, you got to see how many tags you can put. A tag is an extra additional punchline that you put at the end of the punchline,
Hmm.
and then you got another thing that's called a callback. So once you go to your other joke, you might want to go back and call back one of the punchlines from the old joke that you had to bring
Hmm.
it all together. So that's something that I got to work on. I'm working on all that right now. I'm working on tags, callbacks, and I got to work on transitions too because I just be moving on like a radio station. I'm like, all right, next joke I got. Let's see if
So,
y'all like this one.
so tell me if you okay, picture it. You're in the comedy club and you are, or whatever the setup is, and you don't feel it. Like you don't feel the energy from the crowd.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you do?
Number one, we address it. We're like, ooh, how y'all doing today? I guess y'all dry. Somebody is. And then you put everybody at ease. Like never run away from what the feeling of the room is
Mm,
because that's how you break the ice. Like always, who was it? I think it was Kevin Hart that said it in a masterclass series. He was like, look, when you get on stage, sometimes you gotta figure out what your icebreaker is. You gotta, kind of sometimes you gotta break the ice.
right.
Or at least like, okay, if the room might be sour, you got to introduce the room to who you are, your
Okay.
character on
Mhm.
stage, and which your character on stage might not be who you are as a real person. Because the
Mhm.
person I am is really meek and mild and kind of quiet, but this nigga on stage is kind of ignorant and country, and he just be talking a little bit more. So I try to keep those two people separate. And yeah, that's how I handle a quiet room or a room that might be a little off. And sometimes you just have to battle through it. Sometimes you just got to go hit your jokes off and just work.
So
There's
would
some
you
comedians that
consider
don't
your
like it.
uh,
Hmm.
sorry, would you consider yourself acting then on stage? Would you consider yourself a comedian who kind of is acting since your personalities are a bit different?
I mean, in a sense, I mean, every comedian has a persona on stage.
Mhm.
Every single one. Bernie Mac, uh he made it seem like he was this brash individual on stage. But
Mhm.
when you talk to his daughter and his family, like he was the sweetest thing. He wasn't like that. He just acting.
Mhm.
Martin Lawrence, real wild and outrageous on stage and on his show as well. He's a bulldog, but in his real life, he's a meek dude, real quiet. He's just chilling. He ain't doing all that. Now everybody else want him to be that, but he like, nah, that was just for show.
Mhm.
Because really, comedy is more so just it's a monologue of a play sometimes, but it's just the audience is responding to it in real time.
Would you
That's how
suggest
I see it.
have you ever taken like classes, acting classes or comedian classes, improv, or would you suggest people do it?
Um, I've done an improv class here or there, like a walk-in class. That was fun. It helps with just being in the moment, and I mean, public speaking. Perhaps I ain't gonna lie.
Mhm.
I did utilize my job, their funds
I
to
know that's right.
help build what I got going on. Before I did stand up, I was in Toastmasters. And
Okay.
I got in Toastmasters because I was working in jobs since college to where I didn't get an ability to speak. I
Mhm.
never had the ability to speak or do presentations or whatever. And when I was in college, I loved doing presenting. I was the president of the Model United Nations Association, so I was used to being able to do public speaking. But what happens when you don't public speak in your job for over 10 years?
Get
You
dry.
lose your voice.
Mhm.
When people want you to explain things, it got to and you dealing with high stress. It was to the point where I had a real bad boss one time. I used to lose my voice. So when it was time to speak up, my voice was like, oh, my voice was gone. So she's thinking I'm cowering. I'm not cowering. My voice is gone because I'm in a high stress situation.
Mm.
So I had to figure out a way. I was like, I got to get back to speaking a bit again. I used to have with that same bad boss, I had a white translator. this white lady on my team, she would translate the things
What?
that I was saying. I'm working on getting back to the thing. And Terron said that he's working on the project right now. I'm like, that's right. That's right, white lady. Tell her. And that didn't feel good. Come being the only brother on the team, I have to have a white translator to translate what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that I had to get my voice back. So me doing Toastmasters was the first step to me getting my voice back, as well as I used to tell jokes after work to
Oh,
my coworkers and at little happy hours, and the people like, "Oh, I love after work to run. You need to bring him to work." I'm like, "No, because that nigga get fired." No, I'm not doing that. I'm not bringing after work to run to the office.
okay.
No. So I had to get my voice back. Toastmasters, then stand up, and then here I am now. I'm sorry. I move
Okay.
on.
Now, if someone were to go perform, you see you perform for the first time, what is it that you want them to take away from that?
Oh man, this dude is ignorant.
Really?
that's, that's what I want. That's exactly what I want. Something's wrong with this nigga. that's another one I want. Wow. I can't believe that right there. That's too much. That's another thing right there. I'm supposed to give you all kind of emotions, baby. I ain't supposed to just make you laugh. I'm supposed to make you gas. I'm like, oh, that's nasty. Yeah, exactly. And then just all these emotions. You want to take people through a little emotional roller coaster and
Mhm.
you'll stand. I even make people sad.
Mm,
Sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah.
you set them up for the laugh.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I'd have to say that that you do is kind of like quintessential to Ron. I noticed that you kind of throw that on in there. Yeah.
It's so country.
Um,
I need to stop doing it. That's what I need to
no,
stop
you
doing.
probably just need to incorporate it a little bit more, as a matter of fact. Like, yeah.
Oh, God.
Um, yeah, okay, so you mentioned a special. Um, is that one of your long-term goals to get
Oh,
to the
yeah.
point where you're doing a special? Do you want to do TV? What are your goals?
Yeah, I mean, right now definitely building up to number one, getting on more showcases locally and regionally, and then of course out of the state. And which I've done all three of those. It's just I ain't gonna lie. In my city right now, I done got blackballed a little bit.
Why?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
fuck-
that means you just have to start expanding beyond, right?
yeah. I was like, let me
Exactly.
get my corny jokes together, get my dad jokes together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad jokes
So
are a hit. I love a good dad joke. Stop playing with
yeah. So yeah, number one, I did start acting like last year. I acted in my first TV pilot called Common Ground by a director called D'Angelo Harris with Amethyst Films. Check them out online. The
it.
trailer
Is
hasn't
it a
dropped yet.
is oh, it hasn't dropped yet? Okay.
No, it hasn't dropped yet, but the developments are coming out soon. You can follow them on Amethyst Films, and you can follow me on Optimistic TDB to see new developments on that. I acted in a YouTube series with my friends in Ocala, Florida. It's called Broken Hubcaps. I'm on episode 2, but the first episode hasn't dropped yet. It's by Javier Gonzalez. Called Broken Hubcaps. So that's the second, and then I acting in this other project. Can't remember the name of that one. So I've been in my acting bag a little bit.
You need to
Just
send me that in writing so I can load it to the description.
for
Yeah.
sure, for sure, I will.
Um, yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. Um, let's talk pop culture. You ready?
Ooh, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's start with I think politics. Well,
Oh,
the
oh
White
snap!
House Correspondents' Dinner. Do
Yeah.
you believe that that was a real attempt, or do you think that it was staged?
Number one, I found out the guy that did it, right? He was a brother, right? He
Mm-hmm.
was a base. I
It was
knew it wasn't
something.
real because they ain't kill him at first sight.
Mm-hmm.
That's how
No.
I knew. I was like, y'all let this dude run. Number one, he ran and past all these officers. Okay, matter of fact, the dog saw him first. The dog didn't bite him. Them dogs been working against civil rights for a long time. Okay, you mean to tell me that civil rights movement dog didn't bite him first?
I was
That's
very
my problem.
confused with the pictures because he seemed like he was naked.
It
Like
looked
he
like
was
they stripped him a little bit.
like I'm so what happened that what requires him getting
Yeah,
stripped
he
down?
had on. Yeah, he dressed. He was dressed like he was about to do the moonwalk with all that. Like he had a tie on, he had a black shirt and everything. They must have made him naked. It's like stuff going on. I really don't understand. And how you they made all them shots of him. He didn't get shot in the face or nothing.
Mm-mm.
He didn't get shot. Nobody got hit. Hmm.
What
Interesting.
also kills me when I looked at the video were the people who kept eating and did
Yeah.
not scatter.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh,
Mhm. They was still eating. Trump ain't moved. He was looking at all the girls like that she didn't know. Because it's not real. It's all an illusion. He would have if he was if it was a real brother, if it was a real brother and he did real things in that real place during a correspondence dinner, he would have been out of there.
he would have been dead." Yeah.
Black people
Um.
did dead less. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, I don't believe it either. I think it was staged.
Hmm.
um. All right. Megan D. Stallion and Klay Thompson broke up, and
Ooh,
she posted it. She posted, and then she left her. She was doing a show,
mm.
Moulin Rouge, and she left it early. All of that. What do you think? Kev on
Man,
stage made a remark.
I did hear that. That's why I'm about to say it real softly right now. I'm just like number one, he's a player. He's a player. He's a player. And then again, another part of it too is like I could tell that man checked out a long time ago. It was
Oh.
clips of him like Meg the Stallion was they was like at a gala or something. She was like, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, like,
Oh.
huh? No, you know what you signed up for. You know what you signed up for. You wanted a hot girl, okay? She always been a hot girl. That's
Mm-hmm.
what she always gonna be. You can't get with a hot girl and then all of a sudden don't want a hot girl no more. You want this hot girl to turn into Coretta Scott King. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Your girl been busting it wide open for a long time. She
Mm.
ain't about to start shouting now.
Mm-mm.
So that's probably what happened.
You think so? Okay. So Kev on stage on his platform made the remark that they should use this as a dating tool. That when
Hmm.
people go out on dates, they need to ask the question, "What is your opinion on Megan Thee Stallion?"
Yeah.
And
I
that
mean, she done had a lot of bad luck at this point. She need to probably do like Megan Good at this point. She need to marry a pastor or something. But then, dang, that didn't work.
but that didn't work out for her.
And she had a book too. They both making money off that book still. I think. Um, maybe
It's
she
a
need to
good
find her.
transition though.
You know
It's
what? She need to find her actor. She probably Michael B. Jordan maybe,
mm,
but he don't be with people long either.
not since that Lauren Harvey thing broke
Laura
her
Harvey,
heart.
she made her runs too. Matter of fact, she was the first like that situation. Like she the real player. She'd have been playing everybody.
Mm-hmm. She really is.
Yeah, but
She really is.
yeah, but because what you gonna do? My stepdaddy got more money than everybody.
Truly.
Anyway, let
So,
me stop
okay.
before they watch this.
Last thing, Maya Angelou is on the banned book list.
Yeah, that's sound about right. Sounds about white. Yep.
I
All
want to
right.
know why the cage bird sings.
Hey man, because they want the cage to be the quiet the bird up. They don't want nobody. To be honest with you, the way things are going now, I'm glad my mama had me watch all the PBS specials with the black folks back in the day.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the thing is, History repeat itself when we don't do what we need to do. And that's vote and be active. As black folks, we've been partying a long time. And
Mm-hmm.
now we done took up a new type of party now. We done became cowboys and cowgirls girls
We've
already.
been cowboys and cowgirls.
Yeah, we
Been.
have. But we partying with it now.
Oh yes.
Yeah, now
Mm.
it's acceptable. Now I'm okay to talk country. 'Cause a couple of years ago, before that cowboy stuff, I'm like, nigga, you sound so country. You sound like you from Mississippi. Now it's cool. Now it's like, oh, I love the way you speak. I'm like, thank you so much, ma'am. You
Mm-hmm.
probably
Mississippi caught a
ain't think
stray.
something. Hmm. But yeah, yeah. It's wild out here. They're gonna ban everything except for the Bible. And
They
once
might
they
ban
find
it
out about the
too.
black people in there, they gonna try to ban them parts too.
They might.
They
They gonna
forgot
come
Jesus went to Egypt.
Oh yeah.
They forgot that. They after Bethlehem, they were like, "Hey, we gonna send this baby off to Egypt to hide out for a while."
Mm-hmm.
Kind of hard to hide out when you white with blue eyes.
What? Who-
Like, why is Christian Bale in Egypt? Okay, crazy.
God, not my black Jesus.
Hmm. Yeah, I went to a church a couple weeks ago. They had a Jesus painted in the little pulpit. All
They
right,
had a
so somebody
painted
was
Jesus.
calling. Yeah, somebody was calling me, man. But yeah, Jesus had Jerry curl, man. I
Really?
swear his Jerry curl, Jesus Jerry curl was so juicy. I swear it had olive oil in it. And all he had to do was to anoint you was shake his head just and let it catch on your face.
Let your soul glow.
Hmm. Exactly. Look
Uh-uh.
at you. You got jokes too.
No, I'm just catching your
Yep. I should write all this stuff down. I'm
Write it
tripping.
down. You better write it down. All
Mm-hmm.
right,
Cause
tell
ain't this.
people where they can see you next.
All right, you can see me if I ain't blacklisted. You can see me on my Instagram page at Optimistic TDB. I have a TikTok and a YouTube that I don't put many videos on. You can check that out. Same name, Optimistic TDB. You can check me out. I do stuff with Fire Entertainment. I do stuff with I'm in Ocala often with Mutiny Mondays with the Brick City comedy. I'm doing Jacksonville comedy at open mics like the Mutiny on Monday. Sometimes I go to the Vooswar. Shoot, just hit me up. I think I'm gonna start telling my people online when I'm gonna start hitting open mics, just in case you want to see me do new jokes every now and then. So,
Yeah, you gotta
hey,
tell them everywhere you're gonna be.
yeah, I don't be telling man. I be trying to tell them when I'm getting paid and stuff, cause I like man. But yeah, I gotta stop being like that. I gotta let y'all get some free stuff too. I mean, I put jokes up on my TikTok a lot, and yeah, so you can catch me on all those platforms. Catch me on these up
Is
and
it the
coming TV
same
shows.
name on TikTok?
Yep, optimistic TDB, like the sounds of blackness. There's a voice of reason. Oh, I ain't gonna sing it.
Well, I didn't cook myself out here. I'm nice and tanned.
There you go. See, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with you, girl. You look good.
Thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you. I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're busy. So hope to see you around soon.
For sure. Thank you so much, Miss Keena. You have a great day, all right?
You too.
All
Bye.
right.